Good morning. I just put in at the Hathaway Bridge in Panama City, Florida. You may be able to see it behind me. And I'm heading out now through the bay on my first solo overnight trip. And yes, I am just a little bit nervous, but I know I'm well prepared. And this isn't my first rodeo camping overnight. Shouldn't be a big deal. Not really sure exactly what I might put on this video. I was thinking about talking about, well actually yeah I was thinking about talking about like kayak skills. You know, there's some of us out there, like myself, who are fairly experienced, okay? I've done a lot of miles. I've done open water and river and creek, but there are certain things that I wish I could do, or not wish, but want to do. One of which is roll, right? I just think, I don't know, it'd be like me, how I've wanted to learn how to moonwalk really well. And I swear, if I knew how to moonwalk, I would probably never walk forward ever again. I would just moonwalk everywhere. And if I could learn how to roll my kayak, I'd probably take forever to get to where I wanted to go, because I'd probably be having so much fun just rolling over and coming back. But no, that's one thing. But before you even learn how to do that, though, I've been watching a lot of videos on it. And something that I learned about is, you know, there's edging your kayak. And I started in a recreational boat, you know, like a little 10-footer, really wide, flat bottom, very stable, and it can do those things, but it's not designed really to do those kinds of things like a boat like this, a long touring kayak. And so, you know, we're coming up on spring now here in Florida, and the weather's getting much nicer. I mean, you can see behind me, it's a beautiful day. There's no clouds in the sky. It's just amazing. Light winds, calm seas, but anyhow, it's been cold. It's been too cold to practice those kinds of things, like edging or low braces, which is like when you start to edge, and if you start reaching that, oh no, I'm going to tip point, it's a brace to snap yourself back over. Well, the water's been too cold to try those things, because inevitably when you learn, you're going to fail. So hopefully this summer, water gets a little warmer, we can find a nice clear spot where it's shallow enough that we can at least see the bottom, and practice a few, you know, advanced paddling techniques. Because I gotta tell you, some of the things that I've seen some of these touring kayakers do with these long boats, I mean, they can almost get these things to turn on a dime, but you really have to lean them. It's almost like riding a motorcycle in a sense. You know, the sharper you want to turn your motorcycle, the farther over you got to lean it. When you're first starting out, it's a very uncomfortable feeling. So, you know, there's that. You know, another thing too, I gotta go ahead and just say it. I gotta say it. When I first started out and I first bought my kayak, of course I needed some equipment. It came with a paddle. I needed a life vest. This is actually still the same life vest. I like it. But I needed other things, you know. And once I started getting into more and more of it, I realized what I needed more and more of. And, you know, being a man of limited means, especially at the time, I didn't have a big budget. And plus, I didn't really know what I was looking for, to be honest with you about that too. So I wound up, the first thing I ever got was a backpack that also acts as a dry bag and cooler. Okay, I got that at Walmart, and it was by a brand called Ozark Trail. A lot of you may be familiar with Ozark Trail. It's kind of Walmart's home brand for outdoor stuff. And I got it. I got it because it was large enough, you know, for one. My kayak was orange. It was gray with like some orange accents, right? So I got it because it kind of matched my kayak, I'm not gonna lie. But on my wreck boat, it didn't have a dry hatch, but it did have a hatch in the back, and it fit, boom, right down inside there. So I was like, super excited about that. I thought that was amazing. And then the more and more I've gone, I've picked up a lot of Ozark Trail stuff. And yes, there's more expensive out there. Yes. There might even be better. I'm not gonna lie, there might even be better. But none of it has ever failed me, personally. I've got, I call it my family tent. I've got 3 kids, and it's big enough to hold all 3 of them, plus a bunch of room so they don't have to be on top of each other. So that's an Ozark Trail. The shoes that I just picked up, I call them water shoes. They're not like aqua socks or anything like that. They're just, they're a closed toe sandal with really good tread on the bottom. They will be good for walking around in shallow waters, especially out in the bays and things like that. There's a lot of stuff you can step on that'll hurt. So I'll put those on. I'm testing those today, actually. Those are going to be, this is their trial run outside. I wore them a whole day yesterday. Wore them to work, worked in them. I work in an office, so it's not like I was out there putting them through their paces or anything, but whatever. I had to walk around a lot on breaks and things, so anyhow, I wore them to work. Wore them all day yesterday. Was running around town, getting last minute supplies. They're comfortable. We'll see how they do when it's time for them to perform, when I'm walking out in the water, trying to catch some crabs or whatever for dinner. But I really can't say enough about Ozark Trail products. For the simple things, right? Just the simple things. Headlights, or headlamps, whatever they call them. Headlamps. What else do I have? I've got, I can't even think of it right now. I know there's a lot more. I have a fairly good amount of Ozark Trail stuff. Just coming to think of it now to brag on it, I really kind of can't think of it all. The backpack, multiple headlamps, shoes, tent, my machete, as a matter of fact, I believe is Ozark Trail, which is really cool because, okay, it's got the survival cord on the handle. I'd pull it out, but it's in the hatch. It's got survival cord on the handle. I did realize, though, that if I had to use that survival cord for anything, I'm going to be left with a metal handle. There's not another handle underneath it. But the way I figure it is, if I have to use that survival cord for anything, the least of my worries is going to be holding onto a hatchet with a metal handle. So I'm willing to put up with that. I don't think that's a big deal. But I don't know, we'll talk more about that as the day goes on. I just wanted to take a moment now just to check out this day. We've had rain in and out, went on, sorry, all over the picture. Went on an overnight trip a couple weeks ago with my girlfriend Holly. Hey Holly, love you. And I gotta tell you what, the day wasn't too bad going out. It was a little cloudy. Man, at about 2 o'clock in the morning, while we were trying to comfortably snooze in our hammocks, we were the main course of a buffet for mosquitoes. I'm going to call that user error, because we went back to a place that we had been to before, just on a day trip, and it's like our own little personal piece of paradise, right? We were able to set up our hammocks under these palm trees, and we were out on an island, okay, and we were right in the middle of it. So within a 5-minute walk, we had the Gulf of Mexico on one side and the bay on the other side. We spent the day out there. It was fantastic, and we promised ourselves that we'd come back and camp. So we did. It was just as amazing until about 2 o'clock in the morning when the mosquitoes came. Because here's where the user error part comes in. We didn't realize, or we knew about it, but we didn't think about the fact that there was a marsh about maybe 150, 200 yards away from us. It had been raining previously before that. So that marsh, of course, got marshy. And what loves marsh? mosquitoes. So they found us, and it was a battle with the mosquitoes from about 2 o'clock to about 3 o'clock in the morning, putting up bug nets, doing whatever we could. And when I got back, my hands all over here looked like I had a case of the smallpox from about here up, just because I had a long sleeve shirt on, thankfully. But I mean, they were polka dotted red. So lesson learned on that one. What did I do to prevent that this time? Well, I'm going to be, one, sleeping next to salt water. Hopefully that'll help out. Two is I took a tip from some other folks that I pay attention to, and I bought some, forgive me if I say it wrong, permethrin, I think is what it is. And I sprayed down my hammock, I sprayed down my pants, I sprayed down my shirt. I brought my sleeping bag and my underquilt because it's supposed to get down into the maybe mid-50s tonight. I may not need it, it's good to have it. Sleeping bag took up an awful lot of cargo space though, because it's pretty fluffy. I think it's good to like at least 0 degrees, so it's pretty hardcore sleeping bag. But I think this trip is going to be a little more successful. I made this one a solo trip, well, basically just because I wanted to test myself, to be by myself, to be out in the woods, to be away from, people, mostly, and just kidding, I love people, so, but anyway, to be just out, out and sufficient on my own, self-sufficient as much as possible. I brought food, I didn't bring really anything crazy though. I've got some beef jerky, I've got some tuna packets, right? And I brought a dehydrated meal, but I didn't bring the camp stove, like my little Stanley cook pot. I left that at the house. I could have gone back and got it. I'm not far from the house. I'm like 5 minutes from the house. But I said to myself, I was like, all right, no, you've got enough. You've got plenty of quote unquote food. You will survive. My main goal though is to try and catch a fish, and if not fish, try and catch some crabs, or both. That would be absolutely fantastic. I'll just get myself fat, dumb, and happy on a big old fish and some blue crab. So that's kind of another thing. I'm kind of testing myself there. I learned a little bit of extra tips and skills about saltwater fishing and some quote unquote irresistible lures that folks talk about. So I bought a small pack of those because they're pretty expensive when you get a tub of them or a jug of them. So I'm going to try those out. And then I brought my net, of course, and I've also learned that just a little after sunset, almost dark basically, crabs really become active. So if I don't see any during the day, then I'll go out there at night with a headlamp and wade around in those shoes I was talking about, those Ozark Trail sandals, put them through the test in that. Maybe I'll catch some crab, maybe I won't. If I don't, I guess I'm eating jerky and tuna for dinner. No big deal. I like it. So anyhow, I'm just kind of floating along here. Let me get underway, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Paddling along, and something else that I thought about. Alright, so I cheated, I feel like, a little bit, I bought a bundle of firewood from the local market. I did that for a couple of reasons. I did that for a number of reasons. Where I'm going, I'm not sure about the availability of firewood there because, well, it's not heavily wooded, I'll put it that way. It's not heavily wooded. We did have a hurricane come through, so I'm hoping that there might be some debris from that, but we also had some heavy rains come through too. So I've decided I'd be better safe than sorry. Buy 5 couple season logs from the little grocery store they had there. And I'll tell you what, I cheated once before when Holly and I took our overnight trip and we bought some firewood. We bought it from the local state park. It was $10 for 5 logs. The logs were stacked up outside in a chain link kind of box with a roof, okay, I'm going to be using a lot of air quotes, with a roof on it. It was damp. Some of it had lichens growing on it. We had a hard time getting it to burn because it was wet. This grocery store, it was $5.99. I mean, with tax and everything, came to it was $5.99. I got 5 logs, just like I did at the park. They are seasoned, oak wood. It's dry. They were in a plastic bag. They were obviously shipped. Okay, whatever. I don't need wood. But I'm just saying it was $5.99 for dry, seasoned firewood. I couldn't pass it up. So I will burn them because having 5 logs of oak in my kayak has really weighed it down. But and it took up a lot of space. So I will burn it, but I am going to look for natural fuel sources, right? So we'll see what all I come up with. Oh yeah, I wanted to show some of y'all that may not know something here. I got to give a shout out to a buddy of mine, okay? Rock-a-Doc, right? Also check out Trip Smith on YouTube, okay? And he's putting on his 2nd annual Rock-a-Doc, which is this year, I think it's 5 days of paddling, camping, camaraderie. You know, it's just a large gathering of like-minded people getting together for, you know, up to 5 days together. I'm trying to figure out the river that is by. I think it's the Chalkahatchee River in Alabama. There are people from all over the country coming, so don't think that just because you might live in Kansas, you can't attend. There are people coming from everywhere. So anyway, shout out to Trip. Thanks for putting on an awesome event. Once again, I'm sure this year, just like last year, it will be amazing. So check out Trip Smith too. Paddle Camp Fish, another buddy of mine. He's actually the original owner of this kayak right here. This is let me talk about this kayak too. This is a 1990 something, I don't know exactly what year, Aquaterra Chinook Northwest, okay? Aquaterra was a subsidiary of Perception kayaks, okay? This thing was made in the 90s, right? And it's not the fastest thing on the water. I mean, honestly, but it's quick. And for a kayak that was made in the 90s, I absolutely love it. You can cram this thing full of stuff. It's got huge capacity. I'd say it's very stable, okay? I absolutely love it. And so shout out to Paddle Camp Fish, Dirk. I'm glad you got it. My buddy Don Hartshorn must have bought it from you because I bought it from him and you recognized it in one of my videos, I think. So anyway, just want to give a shout out to a couple folks who have inspired me to do the things that I'm doing, all right? And that's kind of it also. If you're new to kayaking and maybe you just happened up on this video and you know you don't really you're not really sure what to do, or you're interested in it, but you don't know too much about it, and you're not really sure, maybe you're on the fence if you even want to do it or not, do it. Find a cheap little kayak to start off with. Just like when you were 16 years old, your first car was probably a clunker. Don't be afraid, buy a clunker of a kayak. Get out in there, get out in the water and try it out. If you're into camping, the only thing I can suggest is lightweight, compact. Boom. I'm not going to tell you any brands, just lightweight, compact camping gear. Something that if you were a backpacker, you might want to take with you. So I kind of look at it as I'm backpacking in the water, okay, but I've got a very large backpack that I can sit inside. Yeah. That's pretty much all you got to do is just, to do that, just try it out sometime, I definitely encourage it. Look what you get to be out in. And I'm still in civilization, type stuff. Once I get a little farther out, closer to where I'm camping, I mean, it's just going to be pure nature, just pure nature. Peaceful, quiet. Right now there's a boat moving along pretty quick in the bay right there, but I mean, it's just going to be pure nature. Peace, quiet. You hear the birds, you see osprey around here are so active right now. And they're pretty cool to watch because they hunt, they fish. But I just encourage you to get something. If you've already got something, I do encourage you to push yourself, push your limits, test yourself, find out how far you can go. The first time my first big trip was in my little 10-foot Lifetime Lancer 100, right? I still love that boat. I just haven't paddled it in a while. But I decided one day, after work, I had like about 4 or 5 hours left of daylight. It's like, I'm going to put this thing in the water right here, and I'm going to see if I can paddle to that shore over there. I did. And when I got there, I was proud of myself. I had accomplished something that was daunting to think about at first. So I guess in whatever you do, just try to challenge yourself. Try to push your limits. Try to find that spot that you were afraid to go past, and go past it. And then set your sights on the next spot. You'll thank yourself. coming up on where I'd planned on camping. It's There's this little point out here in West Bay, I should say West Bay, Panama City, Florida. I'm on the beach side, so you might as well say Panama City Beach, but I'm in West Bay. And I'm coming up on a place where I had planned on camping. And I'm not too sure about it. There's trees, but there's also, well, let's see if y'all can see that. So yeah, there's trees, okay, but there's also a lot of damaged trees. So I may pull up here in a second, or I might head towards those big pine right there. I don't know, we'll see. This is where Google Earth, where I looked at it, looked promising. I don't have a fancy version of Google Earth, but I used the 3D, and I was like, oh yeah, it looks like there's some trees there. Well, there are. One of them is blown down and leaning about a good 45 degrees. The other one is uprooted and laying on its side. So, Google Earth, you need to update your pictures. That's all I'm going to say. NASA, you need to fly the satellite over again. It's changed. But anyway, I'm going to keep on heading that away. There's a large grove of pines right there, and well, where there's pine trees, well, there's hammock hanging spots. So let's see what we find. Alright, so camp's idea number one, no good. No good at all. So I'm on my way to see a white sandy beach that looks very inviting. It's about maybe a half a mile away. Yeah, I'd say about half a mile. I'm gonna head beeline it over there. It's just a little after 10:30. It's 10:35. I'd say I've been out for about an hour and a half, so I've made some good time and I've gotten pretty far. So I'm not concerned about time or anything like that, really. You know, I guess that's what happens sometimes. You use Google Earth and, you know, satellite imagery to try and find yourself a place to go. I don't even know if you guys can see views a little odd, but anyhow, we'll find out. Y'all might just be looking at my life jacket. I don't even know. But anyway, so I'm heading over here to this white sandy beach that I see. And I see pine trees, lots and lots of pine trees, and it's a sandy beach. So I'm hoping there's not a lot of wiregrass, because that's what I ran into back there, was just wiregrass. I am not walking through wiregrass. It's creepy, it's pokey, I don't trust it. Doesn't look like a good time to me. So here we go, onward and upward to hopefully a much better location. I mean, white sandy beach, that just sounds more inviting anyway, doesn't it? Everybody wants to be on a white sandy beach somewhere. Let's see what happens. It's still pretty out here. A little bummed about the camp spot, but whatever. Still a really nice day. Not a cloud in the sky. The bay is calm, not even a, I mean, just ripples in the water, not even waves, just ripples. It's almost glassy, which is good. So here we go. Plan B, right? I hope I don't have to go to plan C, because I just don't like having to go all the way to C. I'd rather just have A and B and be done. We'll find out what happens. stingray. It wasn't very big. It doesn't matter though. I mean, it's all stingray. It's the first one I've seen this year. It was just kind of cruising alongside me for a second. I thought that was really cool. I wanted to grab the camera, but I mean, you only have, you know, paddling. You're trying to manage a camera. Gotta fix it. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't get to the camera in time. So I enjoyed that one for myself. But I did. So I'm like looking out in the water all over the place now, because it's weird. There's like this. The water got pretty churned up, I guess, but there's these weird little speckles all in the water, and you can't scoop them up. It's not like, you know, tangible stuff. It's not oil either. Don't worry about that. But I've noticed it a lot when I get towards a lot of the grass flats like I'm in right now. I mean, it's only 1.5 foot at the most deep right here. Just kind of cruising along looking for some suitable trees. But anyway, I'm heading to this beach. Let's go check it out. Storm in Normandy. Coming in hot. Check in with you later. Trouble finding a place to land. I don't have to go through yards of wiregrass to get to the trees. It's a bit of a conundrum. See trees everywhere around me, but you have to go through at least 10 yards worth of wiregrass to get to them before you get to like solid land. So I don't know. Keep searching. Gotta find something. Come out here for nothing. See what we can do. Alright, so I think I found something. It's not the greatest. I'm gonna definitely have to do some landscaping. I'm not really happy about that. But let me drag the boat over to it. Let's see what we can do about getting this thing set up. Like I said, it's not ideal for sure, but it's something. And there's 2 trees. There's a dead tree right next to them. that I can definitely use for some firewood. But like I said, I'm also gonna have to do some landscaping. But I'm gonna make it work. It's only one night. It'll be okay. This guy up there. So I made it. I finally found a place to go. And it actually turns out to be the same place that I was looking at originally. Oddly enough. But I will tell you this, it was touch and go for a while. There were times I really thought I was just going to have to turn around because everywhere I went it was wiregrass. And the one place that I did stop at that I said I might be able to stay, within 30 seconds of being there I was already being eaten up. So I decided to turn around and come back, and I did. I wound up back here. So I had to get really creative with setting everything up. It's a bit of a challenge, but it was nice. I'm just out here right now, just enjoying the water. It feels good. Got my net just in case I see anything. So it's just walking around. Water feels great. It really does. I'm happy about that. I got my legs a little cut up while I was setting everything up back there. A lot of really dry, sticky limbs. Really soft there, I'm sinking in. Oh, look at this. Oh, isn't that nice? We'll scoop it up with the net. Say that's a get to it. It's the rare Florida species, the 12 gauge fish. So they're not very good to eat. I want to put it on shore. First, I have to stuff it in my pocket for now. Alright, let's walk around. See if I can scare something up. It's really too high. The sun's a little too high right now to be trying to find any crab or I should probably be talking to the camera instead of looking down at the ground and talking. The water feels pretty, it stings a little bit on some of my cuts, but it feels good though. That's kind of weird, maybe, I don't know. It stings, but it feels good. Not really seeing anything right now, but like I said, it's a little, the sun's a little high in the sky. Maybe come across any crab. So anyway, I see him. He's big. I know he sees me too. I'm trying to sneak up on him. I'm serious. This guy's a biggie. He's looking right at me. He knows I see him. He's munching on something. Not too long, but not too long. Enough to get munched on. Sooner the next day. He can't have gotten too far. Oh my God, yeah he did. He's way out there. Alright, I'm going to get him. You're mine, buddy. I ain't letting you go. It's right down there. hanging out in that grass. Got him. Look at that. Woo! Look at that beauty right there. Oh, that's gonna be, well, that might be lunch. That's a nice one. All right, they're active. They're out here. I'm gonna. She's kind of hanging on right now. Look at them claws, though. Look at those claws. This is gonna be tasty. You're gonna be good. All right. Come on, let go of my net a little bit. I don't want you upside down. Actually, I do want you upside down. Go to sleep. There we go. First successful catch of the day. Super excited. Bam! All right, let's see if we can find some more, huh? I'll check back in if I find one. Woo, sorry. I'm so excited I'm not even holding the camera right. All right, I'm gonna let you go. So, I wasn't gonna start the fire this early. It's 1:35 in the afternoon. But after catching that crab that I got over there, the fact that I haven't really eaten much today, I figure I'd get a little something of a fire going and sit on this shore right here in about maybe 10 minutes and join me a little fresh blue crab. Yeah, that sounds good. So let's see how we do. This is what you're really looking for right here. This is where your crab cakes come from when you go out to eat.
You gotta eat at those fancy restaurants. That's where they get it. On the body. Where the majority of the crab meat is. I'm not really in the frame, am I? I don't even much care right now. I am in hog heaven. They're messy. No doubt about that. They are messy. They sure are good. Honestly, I'd rather eat crab than fish. I'll be completely honest with you. I like crab. Like when I go out for sushi, I'm always going to get, they have it, soft shell crab roll. If you've ever had soft shell crab, and you like it, some folks don't like it. I do. It's lovely. Seriously, this is the first thing I've ate today, and it's 2 o'clock. I don't know what it is. I'll live without it. I can operate without it for a while. But when I have it, that's when I should do love it. I was at a Chinese restaurant one day. Saw this old Chinese lady there. I'd say she was Chinese. We were in Chinese. And I just watched her eat crab. You know, they had the snow crab, big old red legs you see at most places. And I was watching her. She wasn't even paying attention to the legs. Getting all the stuff out of the body first. And I was like, huh, she must be onto something. So I started doing that too. Everybody goes for the legs. Everybody leaves the big lump, you know, the big body pieces behind. There's something out there right now. Everybody leaves those behind. So I started going after those. Some good stuff right there. Alright. I'm gonna see if I can catch some more later. Haha. Thanks for sharing lunch with me. We got a hot rod airboat coming through. Nothing like a sunset cruise on an airboat. Here we go. Let's check him out. He might hit it. He might get it hard this time. There he is.
driving that boat's named Dave. And, well, that's what he does. He takes people on tours, and that was really cool. That was really cool. Had a nice little chat for a while. Awesome. Never know what's gonna happen when you get out like this. Well, I got some work to do around the house. Again, that's Dave. I guess he runs a airboat tour company out here in Panama City. Pretty cool, man. He does like 2-hour tours. He said we stopped, we chatted for a little while. And super nice guy, super nice guy. Just sitting here by the fire, enjoying the sunset and the quiet. Well, up until the airboat. That wasn't so bad. That's always kind of cool to see. Bugs aren't bad either. I'm kind of happy about that. Bugs aren't bad at all. It's been a good day. It's been a real good day. I was concerned for a little while. Didn't think I was going to find a place to sleep. Honestly, it was kind of touch and go for a bit. And then, just as I was turning around and really about to pack it up and just say, you know what, I'm going to go home. Like I said, I came right back here to where I initially thought I was going to be able to sleep, but didn't think I could. And lo and behold, I found me a couple trees. Caught me a couple crabs. Didn't do any fishing. I didn't feel like fiddling with the... I just didn't feel like fiddling with it. I didn't feel like messing around with the line and lures and everything. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know. I gotta get in no later than noon tomorrow though, so. I'm gonna sit here for a little while longer and enjoy the sunset and the fire, and then it's night time. See y'all in the morning. Good morning. Well, it's 7:30 and I'm up and moving. Tide went out last night. It was really low out here. It's come back in this morning, so I'm kind of happy about that. It'll be easier to get out. But just waking up, enjoying the sunrise. It's already pretty high, actually. But water looks good today. Nice and calm. And the good news is, too, the wind will be at my back on the way home. What little bit of wind there is. Everybody's up and about this morning. There was a fire burning way out that way last night. And when I mean fire, I don't mean a campfire. There is another appears that it's under control now, though. I don't see any more smoke, so I guess they got it taken care of. Another weird thing, though, last night was right when I laid down, I saw this light, off that way, and it was really bright. It was reflecting out over the water, even towards me, and it was flashing different colors, greens and reds and blues and whites. It just hung there forever. And then at one point it slowly started going down below the trees, and I was like, all right, well, that was weird. That was just weird. I didn't think much of it. I was, rationalizing, obviously. And I was like, well, there is a fire out there, so, they could have, a big tower light or something out there. There could, some kind of light that the workers are using. And it went away, and I was like, all right, whatever. And then it came back about 20 or 30 minutes later. And it did the exact same thing. I was like, all right, this is kind of weird now. Well, I started checking on it. I started watching it. And I realized our airport is right over there. What I was seeing were planes coming in directly onto a runway heading towards me. So yeah, they were hanging there forever. And then they slowly went down by the trees. The first time I saw it, I was like, what? Is that a UFO? No, it's airplanes. Because our airport doesn't receive flights after a certain time, and they stopped right around that time. So, but it was definitely weird. It's definitely weird. But I'm awake. Said it's 7:30. I have to pick my kids up from school. My two daughters from elementary school by 2. So I'm not in a huge rush to go anywhere right now. But at the same time, it's just so nice out in the water. I just want to be out on the kayak. So I'm gonna pack up camp and head out. Probably be back to my car by around 10 or 11 if I do this right. Here we go. So I've just shoved off. I haven't shoveled. I'm shoveling the water, but I just shoved off, and it made me think of something. You know, open water paddling is very different than lake or river paddling, obviously, for a lot of different reasons. But I was just cruising along, and I felt like I was kind of going sideways through the water. And so I let myself stop and I just coasted for a little bit. And that's because I kind of was, because there is a cross current going against me this way. So I'm actually, I'm kind of plowing through it sideways. It's really weird. You know, as I was trying, I've got rudders, so I was adjusting my rudder maybe to fix it with that. But that just made it worse, so I kept the rudder where it was. I'm still making forward progress, but it's like I'm going at a diagonal, like I'm pushing through the water like this. And you know, on a river, let's say, I mean, the river's going the direction it's gonna go, and that's the direction you're gonna go. So you just kind of go with the flow. Open water, it's interesting. You know, you'll get cross currents. The wind, you know, your boat will react to the wind even, and try to steer you in a different direction. You really got to keep a close eye on where you're going and what you're doing. I just thought that was interesting. Oh, and another thing, I learned, one thing that I learned this weekend, rolling up a sleeping bag is my least favorite activity while camping. I learned that. I do not like rolling up sleeping bags. And the bags that they come in too, it's like you have to be an engineer of some kind to figure out the best way to roll that to get it back into that bag. So, sleeping bags, packing them up at the end of the trip, I would much rather just stuff it in a hatch and be gone. But no, I roll them up. But that's my least favorite thing to do while camping, is rolling up a sleeping bag. I don't mind doing tents. I don't mind doing flies. Don't ever ask me to roll up your sleeping bag for you, because it ain't happening. I'm just saying. And if the weather's well enough, I'm not even going to bring my own. But I was glad I had it this weekend, because it dropped down to the low 50s last night. So there were a couple times I was a little chilly, and I was glad I had the underquilt, the sleeping bag, long sleeve pants, long sleeve shirt, socks. So I'd say all in all, it was a good trip. Yeah, I'd say it was a good trip. Learned a few things. Yeah, it's a good trip. I enjoyed it. Hopefully there's more to come. I gotta get paddling. I got some miles to make. So I just made the turn around Shell Point and I'm headed directly towards where I put in at, which is the Hathaway Bridge in Panama City. And give me just a second, I'll turn the camera around so you can see what I'm talking about. So that's the Hathaway Bridge right there. And on the right side is Panama City Beach, Florida. On the left side is Panama City, Florida. So they are different. I want everyone to understand that. Panama City is not the beach. Panama City Beach is the beach. Not that it really bothers me, but you know, they are. We got they're different mayors, different city councils. They got different police station. So it's Panama City and Panama City Beach are two separate cities. But we all share one thing in common, and that's salt water, baby. Yum. No, don't drink salt water. It's not good. It'll hurt you. It hurts bad. But all right, I got miles to make still.